The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Voting just isn't going to the polls on Election Day anymore. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, breaks down the options your state offers for casting a ballot, empowering you to decide when and where to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, takes the guesswork out of the voting process. How to Vote is an easy-to-use and help folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. Democracy Works is committed to helping you vote, no matter what. Their tool, How to Vote, does just that. You can sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your voted mail ballot, check your voter registration status, find your polling site, and make sure you have the appropriate ID. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote. That's howto.vote. Even though this is a presidential election, there are many more candidates on the ballot besides the president. Go to Ballot Ready for a nonpartisan guide to your entire ballot. From there, you can compare candidates based on stances on issues, biography, or endorsements, and then save your choices to use when you vote by mail or in the voting booth. You can even request your absentee ballot or make a plan to vote early on or election day. This election matters. Make sure you have a plan to vote and vote informed. And this year, with changes to polling places and vote by mail laws as a result of COVID, it's more important than ever to have a plan and vote. Local elected officials affect our lives every day. They decide who to prosecute, monitor the quality of our drinking water, and choose the leadership of our schools. 30% of voters take time to vote and then leave some part of their ballot blank. This is a missed opportunity to choose the leaders of our communities. It's okay if you're unfamiliar with some of the more local positions. We recommend hosting a ballot party. Get together with friends over Zoom, split up the research, and go through the ballots together. Go to ballotready.org and enter your address to make a plan to vote and vote informed. That's ballotready.org.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Looking for professional without breaking the budget. Web Studios is the answer. Custom web design.
Everybody wants to feel the void. Everybody wants to kill the noise and shed their skin to feel something. I don't need it, just a weakness. Every morning I get numb. Every morning I get numb. All my demons wait me to release them. Every morning I get numb. Every morning I get numb. A new virus to steal your heart away that you were gone. So I moved on. I called my pharmacy, but he swung by police. Now my day's gone, and he's reborn. Everybody wants to feel the void. Everybody wants to kill the noise and shed their skin to feel something. I don't need a thing, it's just a weakness. Every morning I get numb. Every morning I get numb. All my demons waiting to release them. Every morning I get numb. Every morning I get numb. Get it up, stop suffering. Get it up, stop suffering.
Great job, that's Council. And hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. We're powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We just heard from the brothers Pat, Doug, and Andy Reeves of the group Council. They just played live for us, and they're from the wonderful upstate Baldwinsville, New York farming community. You've been doing some farming for quite some time, and you're looking one day to trade in for taking care of the good land for your true passion in music. And of course, you guys have been working in Family Barn, and you also have some songs that came out, and also only Rusty Gold, which was featured in many soccer events, including FIFA, the World Cup, Winter Olympics, and more. And like I said, coming in from Baldwinsville, New York. Live, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to all that, let's welcome in Pat, Doug, and Andy Reeves, the Dynamic Trio Council. Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's great to have you on as well, too. Looks like it took a break from farming, and thanks for all you do out there in the farmland for all the farmers out there.
No problem. Glad to be taking the rest of the day off here.
You're taking a day off. It's like, did I give you permission, or was it your boss that said, go ahead and take the day off so you can be...
They're never happy with days off, but we're fortunate that things are winding down a bit, so.
Oh, nice. Okay. And tell us exactly where Baldwinsville, New York is at, and what are you guys growing out there farmland-wise?
So we have, right now, we have pumpkins, gourds, all types of squash, but we're known for our strawberries, sweet corn, eggplant, cherry tomatoes, normal tomatoes, just cucumbers. We grow every fruit and vegetable, organic and not in upstate New York. So we're all over the place up there.
Wow. Okay. And then do you guys, sell it all over, or is it just certain markets, or what's the most popular that you sell? I know you talked about pumpkins, gourds, squash, and strawberries, being the most popular, but what's the items that most commonly sell, up where you're at?
Strawberries for sure. And we ship them also to New York City. And sweet corn as well. We give it to the Walmarts and, a lot of the big outlets. Stores, so I would say those definitely are up there with most sold.
And how long you guys been farming for?
Since we were 13, so a long time. You start when you're farming.
It sounds amazing too. And Pat, also going to ask you as well too. What's your specific role on the farm?
Drip irrigation.
Okay, and then Doug, how about you? What's your role on the farm?
It's same thing, drip irrigation.
And Andy, same thing.
Yeah, we work as a crew.
Ah, that's good. Okay, and I'm ready for some fresh veggies and everything too. So we'll talk more about that as well too. But then by day by farming, but at night you also play music. And like I said, you've been doing this for quite some time. You had your music play through the 2018 Winter Olympics, FIFA World Cup, American Idol, so you think and dance and more. Rust the Goal has been the most popular among. And before getting to all that, tell us how you got first started.
We were watching a rerun of Oasis Find the Music, and Liam says, if you think you can do better, start your own band. And so at the time, we're like, why don't we start our own band? We never played instruments before, so we just decided, hey, why don't we pick up instruments and teach ourselves when we have some time? And we started teaching ourselves, through the winter off, with farming and stuff, and at night, and it was definitely a slow go, but basically we were persistent.
Mm-hmm. And then Also, I was going to mention, too, that you guys formed, and what was the one moment that precisely influenced and say, hey, this is what we're going to do and where you're at today? So what was that one precise moment saying, hey, this is going to be what we're going to do?
I think for me personally, was the absolute first show we played in front of people was at the public library, and it was like an open mic. And as poorly as it went for us because we were so inexperienced, we walked away from it knowing that that's what we wanted to do from that point forward. Yeah. Something about it just gave us this feeling, and we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, this is what I want to do.
Wow, amazing. And how long have you been doing this for?
I think probably,
8-9 years.
Yeah,
probably.
something like that. But we've taken it seriously probably in the last basically since Rust to Gold. That was our first release ever. So that was when we kind of realized that we want to take it a little more seriously and, put more effort into it and stuff like that.
And also, who are some of your favorite artists, musicians, and singers growing up?
Our dad used to play us like Queen, U2, The Who, Neil Diamond, Meatloaf, a whole bunch, Bee Gees. So we got a musical education. He'd play us records in 45s and play all sorts of different types of music, asked us what we liked about it. And we had that to draw from later on when we formed a band. We could draw back to all these bands and artists we loved and be able to go back and say why we like the melodies and stuff. So I think that definitely influenced us.
It sounds like it's as well, too. And as we kept mentioning about Rust to Gold being played throughout the 2018 Winter Olympics, FIFA World Cup, and more. You also have Savages, Born Ready, and more as well, too. And tell us more about those songs, especially Rust to Gold.
Talk about Rust to Gold or those songs compared to Rust?
You can do Rust to Gold, then your other music as well.
Yeah, so I mean, Rusty Gold's an anthem. It's kind of a bio song that, you know, it's basically talking about us coming from the farm to the big city to try to make things, follow your dreams. And then as we progress, these new crop of songs kind of dive into personal relationships, kind of analyzing yourself. And we still go with the big anthems, but we wanted to be a little bit more personal because I think we were a little bit generic on the first crop of songs. So this dives into a little bit more of what we were going through at the time when we were writing.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about going through writing and some of your lyrics as well, too. What do you base your lyrics on mainly?
You know, it's real life. You know, the stuff happened to us, you know, where we live the lyrics. So I think that's what sets us apart a lot of times is that we're writing what we're going through and what we've lived through. We don't try to, you know, lie or cover it up or something. This is reality.
And you also opened up in New York City for Strumbella, All American Rejects, the Kooks and more. And what was it like playing for those guys?
That was amazing.
It was great. Yeah, it's a big difference when you're playing with bigger acts. You got to step up your game, and it brings the competition out in you too. We don't like to lose to anybody. We want our sound to be as big, or we expect to be as big as anyone we play with.
Yeah,
so we usually bring it when we play with other people.
It's a lot of fun.
And it sounds like a lot of fun, too. And we'll talk more about the band council, what's coming up and more, and maybe playing another tune to verse. But first, to listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960 or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the band council consisting of the Reeves brothers, Pat, Doug, and Andy. Here on the Mike Wagner Show. Of course, Pat is on the piano, Doug's on the drums, and Andy is on the guitar. And you guys can jump in whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. We're open mic and everything else. So if there's something you want to say, I mean, just feel free to jump in. So as we kept mentioning about the Rusty Gold. It's like, I just love that song for some reason. It's been featured throughout the Winter Olympics, the FIFA World Cup, and it's also, you've had in the Scottish Premier, English Premier Leagues. And how big of fans are you of soccer?
We're pretty big. I mean, we focus more on tend to watch FIFA. You know, we like to watch the different World Cup. We like to see the different countries play. But I think after, you know, having the song used and then we kind of looking more into the Premier League and even MLS, stuff like that, where you kind of know more about the sport, you know.
I feel like they're getting better. MLS, everything is upping their game now. It seems to be exploding. So it's definitely more watchable than it used to be, at least in my opinion. So yeah, we're pretty good fans. And
who are your favorite teams?
I like
Manchester United would be.
Yeah, I would say that, and I
Barcelona,
and we follow the big stars like Messi and Ronaldo, but just because you like to see them play. You know, it's to see greatness like that play is you have to watch.
And I'm trying to think of that one team. Who is it? Chelsea. That's owned by that billionaire who owns the who is it? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That Glazer guy. Did I say that right? He owns Chelsea and Manchester, and I'm trying to think. Who else does he own? I think he owns 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
What's that?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I just don't know his name.
Oh, it's Malcolm Glazer.
Yeah.
I want to say it was he doesn't own the Kings, does he? I feel like he owns the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, I'm not sure about the Sacramento Kings. It could be somebody else, but I know that I'm trying to think if he either owns Chelsea or Manchester. And I was going to ask you as well. You guys talked about the MLS. How do you compare the MLS today? That when it was a few years back. I mean, MLS started off with about 6 to 12 teams. Now you got 30 teams or something, or 40?
And I think you're attracting better talent. You know, we're still not to the point where you're getting Premier League talent, but now MLS is competitive and they're viewed as competitive around the world. It's not so much just where you go to retire as more as where you can make a name in the U.S., but you can also play competitive soccer. So that's a big difference.
And who would you say are your favorite players again and your favorite teams in the MLS?
And the MLS, I just like the city, New York. I root for New York. Keep it general there.
Okay, and I think the MLS had ended. And is soccer still going on in England right now at this time, or when does soccer start up again?
Yeah, it just started up.
It just started up.
Right now in England.
Yeah.
It did. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And you can keep me up to date with all the scores and everything, and send some scores to my phone as well, too. I'd love to have a few pints with you. So, all right, great. So we're here with the band Council of Pat, Doug, and Andy Reeves here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's go ahead and play another tune for us. And what would you like to play for us?
We're going to play Rust to Gold because I know you're fond of it, so we decided to play it.
All right. Rust to Gold with Council here on the Mike Wagner Show. Take it away, guys.
Yep.
Live. They try on its own. This song has been around the world. Hopefully we can follow it someday soon. It's Rust to Gold. We are lost in the night, like a child who's been kissed by the dawn. It hurts like a hole in our heart. There's something you should know. I doubt it's all I let you go. I work my fingers to the bone to follow the light of day. We will never let them go. All dreams from us to go. We will never let them be. All the things that we've been told. We will never let them go. All the dreams from us to go. We will never let them be. We will never let them be. We will never let them be. The light in the sun. Our demons have nowhere to run. Like sirens that cut through the light. Oh, we'll never stop chasing this light. Come on now. There's something you should know. I doubt it all and let you go. I put my fingers to the bone to follow the light of day. We will never let them go. All the dreams from us to go. We will never let them be. All the things that we've been told. We will never let them go. All the dreams from us to go. We will never let them be. We will never let them be us. We will never let them be us. All that glitters is not gold. I can see the future in front of me. Go out and chase it and take it at yours. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go. We will never let them hate us. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go. We will never let them hate us. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go. We will never let them hate us. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go. We will never let them hate us. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for
Best of goal from Council here on the Mike Wagner Show. Great job. And where can we guys find your music at?
You can find us at Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, and Amazon, and also councilband.com.
That is amazing. And what can we expect you guys from 2021 and beyond?
We're hoping to plan a tour, hopefully here and abroad. We also have a bunch of new music that we've been working on and recording to release.
That is fantastic. Looking forward to that. And who do you consider biggest influences in your career?
I would say our parents, and then when we're talking about bands, I would say something like the career of U2. For us, it's just been something to kind of like mimic because they've been so good for so long.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't give up.
Don't give up, and be persistence always beats out talent.
And just work extremely hard.
And that's very good advice. Once again, we got the wonderful trio of Pat, Doug, and Andy Reeves on the Mike Wagner Show, best known as Council. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to hearing them again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
On all streaming DSPs, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, councilband.com is the main website. You can purchase music there, and you can contact us there as well. And we'll be releasing new music and be doing a tour in the new year.
We're looking forward to it. Once again, guys, a very big thank you for your time. Council, you've been fantastic. Looking forward to him soon. Do us a favor. Keep this up to date. Let it back on 2020 and beyond, and perhaps catch some soccer and maybe a few pints and fresh strawberries.
That'd be great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like a hole in a heart. I died before I let you go. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go, we will never let them lead us. All the things that we've been told, we will never let them go. All the dreams for us to go, we will never let them lead us.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.